JD here, to Limitless, and as you can see we're at round, I think it's 10 I believe, of the AOR Season 9, and we're at Hungary, and this track is pretty good for me. As you can see, I've just abandoned my lap here, so trying to be nice and clean and not continuing a lap that I deem to be illegal pretty much. But yeah, coming into this race, it's normally a very good, well, a track I really do enjoy driving, but I've never seemed to have ever done well at in AOR and AOR. My first race ever in AOR, sorry, was around here, and I finished 9th. And the season after, I believe, I can't exactly remember what happened, but I didn't win the race. And last season I had that safety car, which really cost me big time in the race. So this track has never really been too kind to me, even though I've had really good pace around here. And it's a track I really do enjoy. Probably one of my favourite tracks to drive on the actual whole calendar. It's just never been that kind to me. So coming to this race, I was feeling pretty confident because my pace on this game around this track is probably one of the best it's ever been throughout all the F1 games I've played. In the Monday League, I had really good pace around there against Tyrrell Martin, who's actually just joined the league. As you can see, he's currently on provisional pole, and this is probably his best track as well, so I know how quick he is, and I managed to snatch it from him in the Monday League, so I'm hoping to do the same thing. As you can see at the moment, we're up and there's pole time at the moment in the first sector, so we've done a 29 flat first sector, that works out to be, which is a really good first sector. So lap is going pretty well at the moment, got a little bit too much in the curb there. I'm trying to, obviously as always, just trying to keep it within the limits to a nice clean fair lap. And this corner here you can really cut and extend quite badly, but on this time we do it really nicely, nailed it there, and we're still up on our time. We're 2 tenths up on our time as well, and just a bit up on pole. But I know Martin's last sector is very good, and my last sector on my previous lap was really good as well, so we just got to try and nail it. Could have gotten the throttle a bit earlier coming off that corner, so lost a bit of time. And same for this, we could have gone a bit tighter earlier on the throttle as well, just being a bit cautious I think, going for that last corner. As you can see, we've only just improved, so we were 2 tenths up and didn't really improve too much. But as you can see, Martin in his first race of this season, his debut race, he's just joined back into AOR. He's on pole position, so amazing job for him, credit to him. He's very fast driver anyway, but this track seems to definitely suit him quite well. As we're going into the race now, so we're starting in 5th position, and I normally describe this track as being Monaco without the barriers, and it pretty much is, because it's really difficult to overtake unless you get a really good exit off that last corner. It's pretty tough job to overtake. So coming to this, I was just thinking about the championship as I was on the line here, as the lights are about to go out now, and away we go. Yeah, I was just mainly thinking about the championship. If I can't beat Broziak, just try and get as close to him as possible, as we have a pretty good start at the moment. And Jack and Jason have just left the door open down the inside, so we're just going to go straight down the inside. I'm actually in 3rd at the moment, but I think, yep, Jack's come back around us, so he's got a bit of a better traction than us, as we go try and keep it around the outside. But as I said, we've got 35 laps to go. We don't really need to do a move of that level of risk at the moment, so we're just going to start behind. So that's 1 position made up, which is a pretty good start. As much as Jack goes wide again, so there may be an opportunity to get past, but no, not this time. You can see the track is this track is a very narrow track. As you can see, you can only go about 2 wide most of the time for these corners, and it's single file through these corners as well. So side by side action is pretty rare around here. But 4th position is pretty good at the moment. But my general thoughts just on the race itself, as I said, I was confident of my pace, but I just didn't really feel dialed into the track. Sorry, in practice it just wasn't really going my way, to be honest. I just a little bit inconsistent and hitting a good lap here and there, but I just didn't really feel like I was warmed up properly. Really, I had a break from the game for about a full week. I hadn't played the game since last Monday when I did the Monday League in Tyrrell. I hadn't been on the game, and I did about an hour's practice for this race. So I think it's quite important to just regularly just play the game just a little bit during the week, and practice is important as well. And I just didn't really feel dialed in, as I said, and I just didn't really feel myself throughout how I've done throughout the season. But coming towards lap 2 now. As you can see, it's getting pretty tight for lead at the moment, as Brozak has now taken a lead, I believe, but he's gone back again, so he's pushed Jack behind. Go around the outside, but Jack's just pushed us a bit off. It was a bit naughty from Jack there. I was a bit miffed when he did that, but I believe he's just let me pass there in the race as well. I don't think he went out wide. I think he just let me pass because that could have been a major side pod glitch, and he did push me quite wide. So fair play to Jack, who's been fair on that occasion. You can see what he did wrong, and yeah, cheers for doing that. But that means we are in third place with Martin in the lead, Brozak in second, and Martin hasn't had too much experience in the lead before, so I'm not expecting him to bottle it, but I'm expecting him to be a bit nervous because I've been very, very nervous in that position before, and it seems to be backing us up a little bit as Brozak is doing a little bit of a half move. We're going to try and get a bit better exit in him, but on this occasion it's this next corner is not very a good overtaking spot really. The only really overtaking spot you can do in this track is probably the main straight. Going up this hill is pretty much, I've never seen anyone actually overtake someone going up that hill for what I've seen. But skip on to lap 5 now. We're all over Brozak, so Martin has just pushed on a little bit now, and we're just stuck behind Brozak. You can't get past in the midfield, so got to wait to the end of the lap. And looks like he hasn't got DRS as well. We've got DRS, so it looks like this is going to be a good opportunity. He goes a bit defensive, but he's going to leave on the inside. So we're going to go down the inside of him, just stick to our line on the inside, just stick to it. And it looks like he's just turned into us. So it looks like he just spun on our screen there. And it just looks like he just turned into me a bit too much. We've got to look at the slow motion here. I'm sticking down the inside. Can't really go any more right than what I am at the moment. And I'm turning right the whole time. And you can see I'm just getting pushed onto the curb there. And unfortunately, there was a side pod glitch happened there, but he didn't complain after the race. He didn't put me in stewards or anything, so obviously he agrees with me to some extent on that. So I would have waited for him if I thought it was my fault, but on that occasion I really didn't think it was my fault at all, so that's why I carried on. As we can see at the end of lap 8 now, Martin has gone in the pits. That's a big surprise. In practice I was going to lap 10. I thought anything over lap 10 his tires would just completely go off, but he's pitting pretty early because he's got a bit of a lead. And he wants to get a big undercut. The undercut is absolutely huge around here. But I was sticking to my strategy though. I was originally planning to go lap 10. But as you can see by my tyres here, I don't want to be losing a 10-second undercut to Martin because of his pace. Even with the tyre advantage, it'd be very, very difficult to catch up to him again. So I've pitted on the next lap. I've responded to what he's doing. And the others seem to continue. So my outlap has got to be really, really good because I know the tyre advantage around here is pretty significant, really. As we are going to go on what tyres? We're going to go on options again. So prime tyres are the tyres you don't really want to be on that much around here. So we're going to go on options again. And you can see Martin's already gone. And look at that. Look at the dot there. He is miles ahead at the moment. And we got Carter Kane behind us. I don't believe he's pitted yet. So luckily, we've got a clear track ahead of us, so we really, really got to make the most of this outlap now. As we are skipping ahead to what the gap is between me and Martin. And as you can see, it's 7.2 seconds, so a pretty, pretty big gap. And I believe our next pit stop plan is about lap 21 or so. As we're skipping on to lap 11 now, and you can see all the others are pitted. Martin's set the fastest lap as well. And it looks like he's running into a bit of traffic now as well, so we're just going to go over the line for the next couple of laps just to see what our pace is, and we can see we just gone purple there, so shows we've got the pace, and we just got to keep it consistent now, just got to keep in the rhythm of the race. And as you can see, we're keeping it in the rhythm. We've gone purple again, so that's 2 laps in a row now that we've gone purple. Martin, you can see that gap, you can see that dot is definitely a lot closer than what it is, and we've caught up to Leobot now, who's gone for alternative strategy. He's gone prime, so he's going to be a bit slower at the moment. But we've got to take our time getting past him. We don't want to be pushing too hard or anything because we're still thinking about the championship as well. As much as I really want to win this race, which I really do because I really hate losing, and just beating Brozak and Jack, I'd say, and Leobot obviously as well, it's that's the main thing. As long as I can extend my lead in the championship, that's what I'm pretty, I'll be pretty happy with that. So managed to get past Leobot now. And hopefully he doesn't get an undercut on us again, but we've got a DRS again. And we'll be able to see what the gap is, hopefully, to Martin next time around. So, coming across the line now, it was 7.2, it's 5.6, so we have definitely closed in on him quite a bit, and we'll just be running through the next lap as well, and we'll see what the gap is. It's 4.6, so we've gained a second on him in one lap. So that shows the tyre advantage, and I felt at this point in time I was driving very, very consistently, and I just felt I got into the rhythm. I really got into the groove of what I normally feel like in league races. In practice, I didn't feel this at all, like getting in the rhythm or anything. I just didn't really feel in place to what I had been in previous races, maybe because I was just not playing the game for literally a week. But now, right now, you can see now that it's 4.1 seconds now. So we've gained half a second this lap as well. And we're going to be pitting what I plan to pit on lap 2021, because anything before that, the primes are not really that much more durable than your options. And Martin's pitted. You can see in the dot there, Martin's pitted on lap 16 of the race. And in my mind, I thought that was game over, really, to be honest, like, being completely honest, because there's no way he is going to do that many laps on prime without his tyres completely blowing up. He could probably get to the end, but he'd be literally have no grip at all. So I was pretty certain that he would have to be pitting again. So I'm just sticking with my strategy, going to lap 20, and we've got a nice gap behind. So the guys behind us haven't even really caught us that much as well. So everything is just going to plan at the moment. And Martin, I'm not sure where he is in track at the moment, but I was pretty certain he has to do one more stop than me. So at the moment, I felt I was in a net race lead with a 5-second gap behind me as well, and I'll be going to the end on these tyres. And I felt pitting on this lap was quite a struggle going to the end of the tyres as well in practice. So yeah, I was pretty sure that Martin, even if he didn't pit, I think I was pretty confident, even though he would have probably about a 10-second undercut or something, that we would still be able to catch him. So the race is looking good. Got a clear track again ahead of us. So moving on to lap 21 now. We're behind Stevek. Martin, he's going across the line now. So you can see he's got a huge gap. But we've got about 5 lap fresher tyres in him as well. And you can see how much we were catching with 1 lap fresher tyres last time. So if we can catch him 1.5 seconds a lap or something, when his tyres start going off, then that's going to be quite big. So Exeter has destroyed his vehicle, so the last thing we would want is a safety car at the moment. So I'm praying it doesn't come out at the moment, but we'll see. And my worst nightmare has just been confirmed. The safety car has come out, and last season when the safety car came out, it completely destroyed my race. But at the moment, in this position, it's great news for Martin, because that means he'll be on the same tyres as me to the end of the race. But luckily we are in 3rd position, so it's not that bad. But I was being quite frustrated at the moment because Frangish ahead of me. I'm not sure if the safety car actually slows you down, but he was going really slow, and I was shouting across the mic, are you going full speed or are you going slow on purpose or something? Because I was really anxious to get back to the pits as quick as possible, because I don't want to be jumped, because the Caterham is the last pit box. So if there's a whole queue of cars behind me, I'm going to be jumped by every single one of those cars. And as you can see, we're making a bit of a mistake there. But yeah, we're just being so anxious to get in the pits. And so in this point, you should really just take your time. But wow, I can't believe that just happened. At that point, I just couldn't believe that happened. As you see in the replay here, what basically happened was that I went down the gears. I did go a bit too hot into it, but it stuck in 3rd gear, as you can see by that replay. I was expecting to go into 2nd, which will help me slide me around the corner, but it actually stayed in 3rd, so an extra half a second, and it just shot me forward. And yeah, that's what happened. There's nothing I can do now. Pretty angry at the time, not gonna lie. If you could hear me in game chat, you'd probably be hearing me shouting quite a bit. But yeah, I think it's just the case of me just going a bit too hot. But I think mainly it was down to the gear just sticking, which just happens sometimes. Normally I'm just going 2nd, and it just cuts it around quite nicely, but it's stuck in 3rd, which just shot me a bit forward. And yeah, these things happen. And as you can see, I'm on the option tyre, so I've taken a big gamble, because lap 10 is pretty much almost the limit for these tyres, and you can see on lap 9 in the first stint, it was pretty touch and go with the options there. So this is taking a big risk, but I've gone back in 8th place, so I need to make up some time, because if I went prime, I'd be on the same tyres as everyone else, and it's so difficult to overtake people. So I've got to go for a move on Jack here, probably being a bit too anxious there, and just braking a bit too late, just not really in the game at the moment. We're not really the red mist is pretty much coming down at the moment, so we just got to try and put ourselves a bit together and just keep calm. We still got 9 laps of the race to go, and you can see second place is not exactly that far ahead, so we'll just go down the inside Jack. But we made a little bit of contact. I didn't expect him to really turn in on that, because I was hoping he'd leave me a bit of room, but don't know if it's to do with lag or something. But try and go to good exit. I think it's me and Martin Stevic, the only people on options going to the end of the race, so that means we'll have to do 12 laps on options, because the 2 laps onto the safety car, you'd think they wouldn't wear out the tyres, but they do as we get past Jack. So that's one we've done, so we're into 7th place now. But yeah, going back to the safety car, 2 laps under the safety car, you'd think at slow speed it wouldn't really wear the tyres out, but I can tell you the game still wears them out as if you were going full speed. So I didn't really think of that too much when I was in the pits. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't wear out as much, but it really is the case. It doesn't really make too much of a difference. As we're coming up behind Frangish now, and he's made a bit of mistakes there, so we've gone round the outside of him, so that's into 6th place now, and skipping towards the end of that 27. I'm not sure what Adson Lear, but I think he had a lag spike or something there, because he's quite a bit behind now. As we're coming up behind Martin Selleck, so this is a guy on options as well, I believe, and we've got 8 laps of the race to go, or 7 laps of the race to go, so we've got to get past people as quick as possible. We want any chance of getting a good result. As we dive down the inside of Stevic there, try and hold it, and we've done it. We've actually got past him, and that was a pretty sweet move. And we're into 4th place, so our tyres are holding up quite nicely at the moment, because the prime tyres, the guys at the front, are really a lot slower than the option tyres are, and it's looking good at the moment. If we can just hold this together, they could definitely make a really good recovery, after it was looking like it was pretty certain of a top 2 result, or even a race win if Martin had to pit again. But that isn't the case now, as we've gone ahead of Jason, but he's managed to get the cut back on us again. So we just got to take our time, and we really don't want to be sticking behind him. We want to get past as quick as possible, because next car is Brozak, my rival. So at the moment we've got a bit of a slipstream. We could go round outside of him, try and go side by side of him, and we've got to hold it round the outside of him at the top of the hill. I've never seen anyone overtake someone there. We've got to hold it on the inside. This is absolutely great racing by me and Jason. Really fair, respecting the limits of the track. And we've done it. We've actually got ahead of him round the outside. We overtook someone round the outside at the top of the hill. And that is us into 3rd place. If we look at the replay here, just saw the slipstream, just saw the opportunity. He left me room on the right-hand side. 3rd place to Jason. Put it down to 3 gears instead of 4 as normal, just to get the turn in. Try and hold it for the inside of his right-hander. Just try and keep it in the inside, try not to hit Jason, and we've just left each other just enough room there, as you can see. And that was really clean, respectful racing between us two, so cheers Jason for that great racing there. As we skip onto lap 29 now, you've managed to break away from the train behind. You can see how big that train is as well. And next car up is Brozak, so this is looking pretty nice now. We were in 8th place at the start of the safety car period. Now we're into 3rd place. We've done 5 cars round a track I considered to be Monaco pretty much without barriers, and we've got onto the back of Brozak, and we've got DRS as well, so we've only got 3 laps of the race to go. Got DRS and Brozak, and we've got quite a nice gap behind, quite a nice buffer behind. Martin is definitely too far out of reach on this occasion, but we're right behind Brozak, so at this point I wasn't really going to risk anything too much. If I had the opportunity to pass him, a pretty clear opportunity, then I definitely would have taken it. But yeah, at this point I was really just thinking about the championship, just thinking about trying to get good points, because I've already got quite a nice lead at the moment. But obviously I want to win the race and do the best I can, so if he leaves the door open, I'm going to go for it. But I'm just keeping in mind of the previous incident as well. I don't want that happening again with both of us going off. So if I could just stick behind him and just get on the podium, then that would be a really good result, considering we started 5th. But look at that, our tyres are definitely starting to go off the cliff now, and it's lap 9 of us being on these tyres, I believe. And this is the point, as you can see in the first stint, and you can see the tyres, we were losing a lot of grip and quite concerned at the moment because it doesn't look like we're going to have an opportunity to get past Brozek now. But we've just got to try and keep ahead of the guys. You can see we've got a couple of guys behind us and there's quite a big gap behind that. So if we can just try and just keep it together. I was so desperate to get a podium just to get good points really, to be honest. Just to try and keep up the momentum because I don't want another Monaco where I have an absolute disaster race. But skipping towards the end of lap 34 now, I've got a lap and a quarter to go of this race. As you can see, Maisie, my teammate, has actually destroyed his car. So that's one Caterham out, and you can look at these tyres. It looks like I'm on skis at the moment, or on the snowboard. It's pretty bad, and got Stevek, who's right behind us, who I believe is on the option as well. So I was pretty amazed how his tyres managed to keep in check. So I was pretty surprised, but I could be wrong. But you can see here we're being very very cautious on the steering, and we've literally got zero traction. We've got no traction at all for the moment, and we just gotta try, keep it in the high gears, keep it lean for pretty much the whole lap, just put it into Richford straight just to get a little bit of a boost, and then back into lean again straight away because we do not want to be wheel spinning. And it's feeling okay. It felt like at this point it was doable to the end of the race, even though it was horrific, but we just kept it in the high gears and just took it cautiously, which we are at the moment. It should be right, but I was so desperate to just keep this podium position because that would have felt like such a satisfying drive, really, to be honest. And it's okay at the moment, but oh my god, we've just completely lost the car. We've got grass on our tyres as well, which is pretty much... when you have grass on your tyres with full grip, it gives you no grip. So with these tyres and you can see we can't even keep the car in a straight line at the moment. And we've got 3 corners to go to the end of this race. We're in 6th position, but that still be quite good points, and we can't even get on the throttle at all. Like, we just can't even do anything. And
are you okay? That looked heavy.
Yeah. So yep, that's what happened. And I can tell you now, I was pretty pissed. Obviously, as you can see, I just quit the race there, so not very happy with that. But looking at the standings, you can see what the damage is, DNF there, but we've still got a 49 point lead in the championship, so all is not lost. Had a similar race at Monaco where it was pretty much a disaster there, so we just got to try and just bounce back from this. Next race is Spa, which is probably my best track on the game, the track I enjoy the most, and my fastest track as well. So you've got to just try and keep it together there. And you can't have a perfect season. No one ever in league racing or in real F1 has ever had a perfect season, really. So I had the same thing at Monaco, and I've just got to try and get my head back in the game for the next race. So hopefully you've enjoyed that race. It was quite good entertainment, but I was pretty annoyed at the end there. Obviously, you could tell. But I'll be bouncing back for the next race. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. Give me a like if you enjoyed the commentary, and see you next time. Cheers.